Skibbly doodly dandy. What you think, D? What you think about it, D? Who you gonna cast your vote for, D? Bo Jiden or Tronald Dump? Who's it gonna be, D? Howdy there. Well, howdy, North. Hey, hey. What's the haps on the craps tonight, guys? What's the hip hop on the flip flop? Just a flood of hellos tonight. Vice President Paul's ego. That's me. I think Biden is pretty bold, trying to bridge the divide between left and right by selecting Trump as a dude. Nobody saw it coming, you know? Nobody saw it coming. The two men that we thought were at odds with one another are teaming up to save America from itself. The heroes we needed, not the heroes we wanted. Yeah, good point, Marshall. Double tapped him like this fucking stream. By the way, Marshall, that beat, bro, it's impinging on my fucking psyche, bro. It's gonna be a fast flow for me. They ain't never ready though, are they? That fucking beat something else again, man. Ooh to the whee. It's about to get hot. Biden is making me so angry, it makes me want him to lose, but I don't want Trump either. It's a shitty position to be in. I know. A lot of people back themselves into a corner by just doing the like cyclical lesser of two evils thing, and this is the end result. This is the mush at the end of the rainbow. Okay? All these years of just letting the DNC kind of fuck everybody over, give us mush, and then blame us when the mush doesn't win. This is the end result. Now there's literal mush on stage, literal mush for a presidential candidate with a literal mush VP. And there's nothing we can do. Like, I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't even think swapping Biden out right now increases his chances. Because I have a feeling that, like, even fucking, like, the ideal candidate that doesn't even exist isn't gonna save it now. Like, if they do the fucking swippity swap, I think Destiny was right about that. If you know, like, if you really think about it, like, is the risk even worth it at this point? Like, he's already losing ass. If it's seen as like a desperate move, or people just like reject the swap and it splits the party, like, it could fuck us. Not us. I'm not a fucking Democrat, but just like, could fuck Biden. It's pretty wild, man. And it's just, you know, I've been here before. This is, you know, starting to remind me of a more extreme version of how everybody felt in 2004 with John Kerry. 2004, a lot of people don't remember 2004. It was a pretty fraught campaign. Like, it was down to, like, Dennis Kucinich and there was a couple other people on the, but it had, like, the worst person on the stage, and there wasn't a great stage, was John Kerry. And the DNC ended up just force-feeding us John Kerry, like they always do. They just picked the most conservative, you know, pseudo-centrist ever. And, you know, like, a lot of us, myself included, in the party, were, like, screaming for them to please not do this. Anybody but Kerry. Anybody but John Kerry. Anybody but that giant fucking lurch-looking motherfucker with nothing in his head, please. And they force-fed us Kerry, and it ended up being a devastating choice because it got us a second term of George W. Bush. He used that second term to kill a couple million brown people overseas. Yeah. Pretty fucked. Yeah. Howard Dean, that was the Howard Dean year. Remember, there was a saying, dated Dean, married Kerry. That was the line that the DNC thought was gonna, like, hit with people. They thought it was gonna be a meme. You can look it up. Dated Dean, married Kerry. And down it went. Remember Dukakis? Unfortunately, I do. I'll never forget that as long as I live. My parents just, like, lamenting when he released that picture of him sitting in the tank and he looked like a little kid. It's like, we're gonna lose again. But, you know, I won't pretend like the John Kerry thing is a direct analog. It's just, like, the vibe is similar, but this is way worse. Like, Biden is gonna fucking historically lose. And, you know what? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe that's what needs to happen to wake some fucking people up. Not just a loss to Trump, not just a squeaker, but, like, Trump blows it out. Over 300 electoral votes or something. 320. Just blows it out. It's fucking possible. Like, I think if the election was held today, that's exactly what happens. I think Biden loses the Electoral College, and I think he loses the popular vote if the election is held today. And I don't see them being able to fucking pull up out of this nosedive, bro. That fucking press conference today was wild. Wild. He was all over the fucking place, bro. All over the place. Just, like, pivoting to weird, over-prepared statements that didn't make any sense given the context. Like, people would ask him, like, what do you say to assuage the fears of, like, international folks? And he just, like, started listing off accomplishments. Just like, dude, you pivot in a debate. Like, this is supposed to be a press conference where you're directly and head-on, like, confronting these rumors that you're just fucking out of it. And you show everybody that you're out of it. That's fucked, bro. Yeah, Biden called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump and didn't even correct himself. Like, it just flew right out of his mouth. He said he was going to get Japan and North Korea back together, I think, or some shit. It was just like gaffe after mumble, after stumble, after fumble. Like, he was answering a question about, like, will you take a neurological test to assuage people's fears? And he was like, I've taken three neurologic, very detailed neurological with my neurologist. You know, it was just like, oh my fucking And the gaslighting continues, bro. Blue MAGA is still fucking chanting their heads off about how Joe is fine. They even thought they were gonna like pretend that press conference was good for Joe. So that's 3 strikes, you're out as far as I'm concerned. You have your debate, you have your Stephanopoulos interview, and now you got your big boy press conference. All 4 of them made Biden look old, weak, and incapable. So what are they gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? Putin says BRICS going to form a parliament at the same time NATO is in Washington, smiling while 750K people are dead, 180K in Gaza, and 500 in Ukraine. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much the way it works. I don't care about Eminem's new album, bro. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't, like, I love Eminem's old stuff, but his new shit just doesn't hit for me, and that's just the way it's gonna be, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you got your money back, Nikki. That was some bullshit they were trying to pull on you. Biden is actually kind of honest. I don't give a fuck what he is. Good man, go home and play with your kids. Seriously joking, you're gonna get banned if you do one more off topic. I ignored you a couple of times already. One more off topic, and it's ban city do-wah diddy. Cool? Sick of seeing your shit. Cool? Yeah. Okay is right. When I have something to tell you about Cinema for Cynics, you'll hear it. Until then, assume nothing. Why can't we get a Qui-Gon? All of our politicians are Anakins and Palps. We'd be lucky if we had an Anakin or a Palp, bro. Both of those motherfuckers. I would vote for Anakin Skywalker or fucking Emperor Palpatine over Joe Biden any day of the week. At least those motherfuckers would be capable of holding fucking court with another goddamn leader of the world without shitting themselves or forgetting where they're at, or forgetting what year it is, or just like going blank. I hate that you're right. I know, bro. But at least you have the balls to say it. There are so many people out there still fucking snuggling their little cope blankie, hugging their little cope stuffy. You know what I mean? At the very least, you're fucking admitting it. So. You know, there's so many people out there that just looking to cope stroke their way through this one. Cross their fingers. I mean, it's like a dice roll to them. It's like, well, 20% on this. Maybe we'll fucking carry it. It's like, fuck, bro. Coping like Destiny. I mean, I wouldn't call him out, like, singly. I think there's a large contingent of kind of, like, liberal Democrats that are fully gaslighting themselves and everybody else around them that'll listen. He was great tonight. Like, I saw a bunch of that shit. I was like, what? The bro dribbled, drooled, fucking deflected, whispered, sounded croaky and old, and coughed his way through it. It was fucked, bro. Yeah, I saw Boogie fake cancer memes. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting at this point. I don't know how people get shocked by Boogie. Like, I don't know how people find themselves, like, genuinely shocked when they find out Boogie's on the grift. Like, he's just been doing it for so long. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that last night. I saw that Destiny popped in there with XQC and ended Boogie's career. The sad thing is that, like, it's not gonna end Boogie's career. He's probably gonna surf on this. Dude, I saw a Reddit thread that said that had an interesting idea. They were like, what if Boogie actually does have this rare blood cancer? And he's doing this, like, refusal to show paperwork so that everybody will throw him under the bus, and then he can reveal the paperwork. And then it, like, proves the narrative that people are not charitable to him at all, that no matter what he does, nobody ever takes it the right way. Like, what if it was that? Please no Vosh gauntlet. It's happening, bro. You just gotta suck it up. 6 straight hours of Vish. Straight. Talking to Gonzalo Lira. Okay. I'll see if we can throw it in there. I mean, let's not fucking, like... We don't have to, like, cuck shame or whatever the fuck, right? Like, let's not be a bunch of fucking prudes and shit. Like, it's pretty ballsy of Destiny to have the types of open relationship that he does and to, like, talk about it openly. Like, I think pretty much anybody in that position is gonna get... Used to think Boogie was a genuine humble guy. Yeah. I mean, I guess I probably did too at the very beginning when he was, like, just popular, you know, and it was like, wow, here's a fat guy with a sense of humor and self-deprecating, and it's called drama baiting. Yeah, you're probably right. Trying to, like, bait a clip. That's cool, though. Dude, still to me, like, the one that, like, Boogie did and nobody ever fucking talks about it is when he did that, like, fucking, like, special documentary of him sitting there talking to his mother's grave. And he had, like, different, it was like crying. He brought, like, a big fat guy chair so he could sit, so he didn't have to stand at his mother's grave. And he's like, there's, like, had a cameraman there getting all kinds of, like, angles, and he put it up on his channel. Like, it was just, like, a normal thing that people do. I don't understand how Destiny still had a career. Huh? See, like, dude, you're gonna have to do better than that if you're gonna want to, like, try and bait drama out of me. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious why Destiny has a career, right? The dude's been kind of, like, doing what's popular now for longer than a lot of people have been doing it. He, like, kind of, like, helped invent DDoS protection for streamers and shit. Created, like, his .gg type website thing that's free for people and has helped a lot of people start their own communities and stuff. I mean, he talks to pretty much anybody that'll talk, and, you know, you gotta give him props for that. That's how he has a career, right? He's good at what he does. He makes a lot of fucking money, and I think he earns his money. I don't even like Destiny. I still recognize his appeal. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't dislike the dude. Would you go on a date with Destiny? Nah. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Maybe. he's a little bit twinkish, slightly twinkish, like more twinkish with the kind of longer blue hair. That was a more twinkish look, but you know. He defended rape. Well, I haven't heard that, and heard him defend rape, so I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that, like, evidence? Question mark? Guessing he cares more about rhetoric than truth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I get that feeling from him. I do think that, like, one of the disconnects between he and I is because we're very different kinds of content creators. Like, he's very invested in the rigors of debate and his personal image and shit, and like relying on that. And I'm not. Like, I don't care what people think of me to a certain extent, as long as people are watching. What people think is, you know, way down the list of my concerns, right? But what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Billy, I'm just warning you, buddy. If I read another dumb fucking nowhere out of nowhere comment, you're just gonna get banned, bro. You're just gonna get snanked. Second conversation you had with him where he brought you in the stream was very strange to me and decreased my respect for him. The way he approached it felt off. Yeah, it was weird to me, because, like, I think he thought that, like, I was really, like, thinking about, ooh, this will get under Destiny's skin when I answered that question about Finkelstein, right? And I think he thought he was going to just, like, bring me in and roll me. But, like, it just came off as confusingly aggressive on his part. Especially considering that, like, a lot of content and stuff is labeled, like, well, the two pieces of content that we've done here have not been, like, labeled with any kind of charitability towards me or thumbnailed as such. But I'm not bitching about it. I understand how the fucking game is played, but, like, I just don't understand why he was so mad. But, you know, it's one of those things that I mean, trying to be, like, charitable about it, I think it's just because, like, for him, a narrative that he thinks is untrue springing up around some appearance of his is a big deal. You know, if it foments, if that narrative, like, gains steam or people start to see it as the truth, then, you know, he's got an L hanging from his belt that he has to justify forever, because everybody's going to bring it up. Oh, remember when Finkelstein dunked you, right? So it can't be. And, you know, I get that. I just don't get that from my perspective. Like, I have never cared. I didn't like that he started your conversation with a highlight reel of the moments he owned you. Seems like a bad... I mean, that's just how that... Dude, I don't care about his videos. I will not be salty about him uploading our fucking... Because, like, look, say what you want about it, he put our fucking contact up in full. And that is way better faith than most people would do. The fact that he put up some shorts and stuff that blew up and whatever, but like, people can go and find the original conversation. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I know the re-uploaded version. I know what you're talking about. I don't care. Like, that is how the game is played on YouTube. It's, you know, clickbaiting, rage baiting, drama baiting, whatever the fuck, right? Like, we do the same shit. That's his editor. He does that with every video debate. That's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with I have no problem with it. I got no problem with him or his editor. I just think it's weird that he's so, like, hurt by me having a perception of a Norm Finkelstein debate, because I watched 20 minutes of it and I thought Norm did really well in that 20 minutes. And but then, like, it simultaneously, he's got shit all over his channel, like labeling me a retard, labeling me a dumb leftist that doesn't know his ass from a hole, like, whatever, right? It just seems very much like, shrug, you know, like, that's why it was weird to me. And that, and I think he like thinks that these streams are like way more organized, maybe. Like, I tried to explain to him like they are this, right? I try and like read what people are saying and answer questions. Somebody asked about the Finkelstein thing. I said what I thought about it. You know, I'm in Russia. Okay, Russia, chill out. Chill out, Russia. I think I wanted to pick your brain about why you would think that. He did it in a super aggressive way. Yeah, well, when I looked at the video that he uploaded about it, the second talk that we had, I guess, he was like, before I came in, he was like, gloves off, all right? We're ramping up the heat. No more charitability, we're turning it up. We're turning up the heat. I was like, this whole thing was very much like a one-sided thing. You know what I mean? Like, I had no idea why I was even in there until I fucking thought about it. And I was like, did I say something about Finkelstein on a show? Did I say something a while back about it? I was like, did I say something on a stream? It's like, dude, that stream that he pulled that fucking 15-second clip from was like 3.5 hours long. And I answered probably like easily 100 questions in it. Do you think Trump will pressure the Fed to lower interest rates? He's done it before. I have no fucking clue, bro. I have no clue what Trump's gonna do. I'm not gonna pretend I do. You thought Norm genuinely did well, like Destiny said. I don't think his refutations were substantive, just dramatic. Well, like that, look, dude, I saw 20 minutes of the debate. It's probably the 20 minutes of the debate that like where Destiny and Finkel are going at it is the hardest, right? I'm in the process of going through the debate. I'm about an hour and a half through it, and I'm taking not super like detailed notes, but I'm taking like point for point notes. Who said what like trying to summarize their speaking time to the best of my ability, you know, because that's what Destiny asked me to do. You know, he said it would be really interesting for me to write point by point, kind of like how I perceive it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm an hour and a half in. It's probably going to take me a week, you know what I mean, in my free time to get through the fucking thing and take all the notes. And then once I got that done, I'll pop in, you know, on a day where he's got nothing going on, and we'll see. Because he's been like hours and hours recently breaking down Boogie's cancer situation, regardless of what you think about Boogie, who spends time doing that. I mean, whatever. It's his job, right? Like, he talked to me a little bit about it the last time we talked, I think. He said, you know, trauma is kind of like, he said since he's been on Vyvanse, I think, that he's found like less of a draw towards that kind of content, but he won't deny that it's a big part of his channel. I don't really care, man. Like, we've spent, like, I don't know how many hundreds of hours in my life I've spent talking about Brett Keane. How am I going to judge him for spending a couple hours on stream researching Boogie? Like, you know. A lot of people are interested in Boogie, unfortunately. No, I get it. I mean, yeah, he is a pretty big scumbag, right? But anyway. It's just one of those things. I'm hoping after talking to me 3 or 4 times, like, even if he thinks I'm a dumbass, that Destiny will get that, like, whatever I am, I'm not trying to, like, stick a knife in his ass. Like, I don't want to see his streaming career ended. I'm not looking to get some optical win on him. I just find him to be interesting. And I think his community is interesting. And I think his positions are interesting. And I think his debate style is interesting. And I like talking to the dude. Like, I've had it, you know, especially that big, long first conversation that we had that was kind of rambling, but, you know, both of us seemed pretty fucking invested in it. And, you know, there were parts I thought I looked better, and there were parts I thought he looked better, and, but that, you know, in a conversation, that doesn't matter to me at all. Like, I'm not, like, keeping points. Watching you from Afghanistan. Cool. You're too charitable to him. I want Destiny off the internet. Okay, well, I mean, then you do it. That wasn't, like, I never fucking said that it was my intention to destroy Destiny. I would actually feel bad if he said something that got him fucking banned, and just like I did with Milo, I'd probably end up sticking up for him. You know? Like, I didn't, like, stick up for Milo's perspective, but I just said, look, the dude is a victim of sexual abuse. He was drunk. He said some stupid shit. I don't think that means he shouldn't have a platform. You know what I mean? We were some of the only people that weren't dunking on Milo at that point. Yeah, seriously, Nate, like, I think you're probably like person like 9 million that has tried to get Destiny off the internet, and it hasn't happened yet. So yeah, I think that's a stupid thing to want to do to somebody. Like, I don't fear Destiny's speech. When I think that Destiny is wrong about things, I don't fear his perspective being out there. I hope his chat during your talk is not representative of his community. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know much about his community. One weird thing that I did find out is that his Discord, most of the people there don't watch him. I remember I popped in to like a debate channel there for like a couple minutes. I was bored, and I popped in and nobody was talking about anything, and I was like, hey, so you know, since there's no topic, what did you guys think of my appearance on Destiny yesterday? And they were like, huh? And I was like, oh, I'm Paul Zigo. I was on Destiny yesterday for like 5 hours talking to him. And they were like, oh. They were like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know how to say this, but like, most people that hang out in here don't even fucking watch Destiny anymore. Like, we hate his guts. And I was like, oh. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, sometimes, like, some people come in, but he's like, most of the people here just chill here because it's a huge ass community. And I was like, oh. I was like, okay. I mean, that was in the voice chat. I don't really do like text chat stuff, but I was like, damn. Got like a community so big that even though people in it like kind of hate you, it's still huge and well run, you know? You're so lucky to live next to an airport. I don't. I live next to a naval air station, though, about 100 miles away. And they do training flights and regular patrol flights over this airspace all day and all night. It's part of my streams. You'll hear it all the time. That was like a big transport plane. I'm not sure what kind, but it had the military blinking white and blue lights. Scientists should study the Destiny Discord server. Oh, I don't know. I think the people in there are pretty chill. Dude, I ran into a dude over there that I hadn't talked to since way back in the fucking day, bro. Like an old school YouTuber guy. He popped in, like I was debating somebody in there, and he goes, dude, I don't want to make things weird, but he's like, are you Paul Zigo? I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm Edible Napalm. And I was like, what? Dude, I hadn't talked to that fucking guy probably since like 2009 or some shit. Like, he was an old school fucking YouTuber. 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, that was Edible Napalm City. He was like one of the biggest trolls of Brett Keane. Like, one of the most dedicated Brett Keane trolls back in the day was Edible Napalm. And one of the earliest calls, too. I remember Edible Napalm being like antagonistic towards Brett Keane way the fuck before you know, most people were, and he stuck with it too. And so it was cool to bump into him. I was like, whoa, man, small world. And he was the one that kind of helped put me up on game about the Destiny server. He was like, yeah, man, you know, like, most people here don't really watch Destiny. Like, we just kind of hang out here because, you know, big community and stuff. I was like, whoa. Hate watching is huge right now. Spectacle over substance really gets old after a while. Yeah. I mean, hate watching has always been huge. Let's be real. Ugh. Be right back. I'm just going to get my drink filled up.
just a dream.
Yeah. Oh. TJ had me dying at the end of the debate. Oh. Yeah. Paul was raptured. No. Just wanted to check something real quick. It's easier for me to check Reddit from my desktop. Huh? Oh yeah. Fuck. I went in there to get it. I'll go get it.
Oh, dude. Don't even think about it, Cricket. Don't even think about it, Cricket.
Stupid little Cricket. You baby. I love Paul. Dancing Granny must be taken care of in Fortnite. Oh, she plays Fortnite too? Because she needs to be taken care of in real life. I don't appreciate her misusing this platform. Huh? An old lady like her should have a little bit of class and restraint. She has 11K viewers right now. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Is this true?
I don't know. I've seen Dancing Granny.
Is the stripping granny really pulling 11K viewers on a fucking live right now? Please tell me it ain't true. Stripping Granny is my nemesis on YouTube, okay? You know how people are always trying to like foment all this hatred and enmity between me and Destiny? Well, that's like it. All of my hatred goes to Stripping Granny.
I don't see her yet.
Yeah, she just ended it, but I saw, oh, come on, Doc Pacheco. Give me a break, bro. That's some weak sauce shit. You're just trolling. There ain't no way she was pulling 11K lives. Evil is winning, I know. There is a woman on these lives, and if you're scrolling through them one day, you're bound to hit her, okay? And I don't know what her name is, but I call her the Stripping Granny. She looks like she's about 60 plus. She's Asian. And she wears a sports bra and panties and rubs her belly.
There's someone else shaking their butt.
Oh, hold the fucking phone. Wait a minute now. Lord have mercy.
That's not the granny.
This is not the Stripping Granny. See, at least this chick is Joe Jelly jiggling, okay? At least she got something to throw. Oh, is she gonna fucking make waves again or what? Let's see it. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There you go. Jesus Christ. How am I supposed to fucking... See, this is the shit that worries me. This is the shit, that's the shit that worries me, dog. I can't compete with that. I don't have enough cake. I don't have enough cake. I don't have enough frosting. Okay? There, you start, like people will say, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. I cannot fake 2 goddamn wedding cakes. Okay? You see what I mean? And it's like, I feel like that's the way that YouTube is going. And bro, it's gonna be a dark fucking couple of years for me, if that's the case. Because like, I feel like titty streaming has taken over Twitter. And from what I've been told, I'm not a TikToker, but it's pretty much like ubiquitous on TikTok now too. Like titty streaming. Instagram Live has been taken over by titty streaming. Like nothing cool happens on IG Live anymore. It's all just fucking thoughts, titty streaming. And now it's coming to shorts. This is what people tell me. I know firsthand about the Twitch. I used to watch a lot of Twitch. I can't even stand to go there anymore, bro. And you can call me a hater or whatever, but when I see like some bitch live sitting in a hot tub and she's got like 90K viewers, right? And the next best dude is trying to play video games or whatever and he's got like 10, I just want to do a backflip off a building somewhere in Minecraft. No, that's the thing, is like, I love boobs, man. And I love big fat asses too. Dude, I'm not trying to be a hater. But like, ain't there places where you go to do that?
Yeah, there's tons
like
of places.
www.throwitback.com/joejellygiggle.html or some shit, right? And look, that's all I can do though, JTD, is be a safe haven among all the trash. And look, it's pulling me some views, but not as many as if I had a big, fat, cellulite ass. If I had a big, double scoop of ass with some cellulite, this whole thing would be jumping, right? I'd probably have 10 times the people watching me right now.
You know, as more of these states start banning porn, it's only going to get worse.
That's my fear, you know? I see YouTube shorts going down this way. And I'm sitting here, I'm hoping that people are like, oh, let me see what this weird guy's about. And then they get sucked in by the vibe. But how are they ever going to break away from that big, fat cottage cheese ass? Would you scroll away from that?
I mean, yeah, probably. Eventually.
YouTube is cooked. Well, you know, that may be true, but I'm the one that's cooked, friend. Okay? I'm the one that's cooked. I'm all the way cooked. Full cooked. You know what? I'm gonna do it this one time. What up, ya boy Coop? One time, bro. You're still getting banned, but one time. Because I like your name. I like ya boy Coop. You're still banned, though. The fuck out. We're all cooked. Do you guys really feel that way? Can we be real with each other for a second? Do you really feel like we're cooked? Or does it just feel good to say that we're cooked? Throw up ones in the chat if you think we're actually cooked. Throw up twos in the chat if you think we probably got a chance, but it just feels good to say we're cooked. 3 for the manatee. 1, really cooked. 2, I just say it sometimes because it feels good. 3 for the manatee. Some 3s and 2s. See, I feel like, even on this, people are all over the fucking board. Look at this. 3s, 2s, 1.5s, 3s, 1s, 2s. It's all over the board, man. This flash poll has fucked my brain up even worse. Because at least if it was all 1s, I could have been with it. I could have been like, okay. You know, we're fucked, but we know it. But it doesn't look like we know it. No, we're not cooked. America's better than 99% of the world. I'm not even American. But for how long, though, right? America's declining. Wages declining. Cost of living ascending. Deaths from despair ascending. homelessness ascending, right? These are all like pretty good measures of the health of a society, and they're all getting worse. Enjoy your trash president. Do you think I'm a Biden voter? My brother in Christ, please don't be so quick to judge. I'm a blue-collar leftist. I don't vote for fucking fascist, demented trash, bro. I just don't. But nice to meet you. My name's Paul. Biden's VP Trump will save us, yeah. What's your vibe gonna be when Trump is president? Same as it ever was, bro. My vibe doesn't change with the presidency. It stays the same. My vibe is eternal and always evergreen and everlasting. What up, blind programmer? Are we going home? Very fair, Paul. Luckily, you've got a massive buffer zone in the States. God, I miss living in the States. I mean, yeah, but I mean, the buffer zone is smaller now than it was the day I was born. I'm only 44. So another 44 years, things ain't looking so fucking good over here. You might not be able to say that credibly anymore. And, you know, that's going to be a fucking goddamn shame for 350 million plus people. So... And honestly, more like fucking 6 or 7 billion people, because as goes America, so goes the world, as you know. Working on getting dual citizenship with Mexican just in case. Sure. Why not? You know, can't hurt. Might not help, but can't hurt. What happened with Cynics and Cinema? Nothing happened with it. So there's boring business shit behind everything that you see on YouTube. And that, you know, this is the same thing. So I'm in talks with the guys. I think we're really close to a resolution. There's still contracts and stuff to draw up, but like once all that gets ironed out, Cinema for Cynics will be back. And as soon as I know when that's going to happen, you'll know. How about that? You guys will be the first to know. Well, patrons will be the first to know. You guys will be the second to know. Paul, I think the Uruguay project is viable after all. You think? You think me moving to Uruguay might work? I don't know. I do know that La Celeste beat the fuck out of some fucking Colombia people at the Copa America. I saw some fucking videos of it today, and it was pretty brutal. La Celeste. Don't fuck with fucking Uruguay, dude. Don't fuck with Uruguay. La Celeste fans, don't fuck around, bro. You know Uruguay about to win the Copa America. And then the World Cup. No problem, Andrew. It's not a good sign that global pop is trending down. Is it not? No. No. Paul, I didn't know you were a soccer fan. I'm not. Well, I'm a new soccer fan. People finally asked me about soccer enough that I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to pick a team. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to root for Uruguay's team. And I did not know I was picking a fucking top 10 team in the world. But La Celeste is apparently a top 10 fucking soccer team, maybe even top 5. So I'm rooting for them in the Copa America this year. and I'm having fun with that. I gotta say, dude, you know what sucked me into soccer? Not the relentlessly, like, people asking me about it, but like the fans, bro. Some about them fans. Do you see? I like a rowdy fan group. I'm a Raiders fan. Been to a bunch of games at Oco Stadium back in the day. Dirty, grimy, filthy. As long as you're wearing silver and black, you're fine. If you're not, you better pray to whatever God you believe in that you get out of Oco alive. I like that. I like being, yeah, the hoolies, dude. I like being in a group of fans that are ready to fuck some shit up, bro. Any hopium for the Raiders this year? Yeah. I mean, look, dude, that fucking stadium they got looks like something that Darth Vader would land on a planet in, bro. I ain't even fucking kidding you. First time I saw that shit, I was like, I had to fucking take my glasses off and blink at it, bro. I was like, oh. But yeah, dude, I'll be real with you guys. I don't have much hope for the Raiders, period, bro. I've been a Raiders fan since before I was born. Like, I was christened in the womb a Raiders fan. Like, the first picture of me, my Uncle Dean put a Raiders bandana on my head. Okay? So it's very much... But on the low, I got much hope for the Raiders ever, bro. I think when Al Davis died, the Raiders died. There, I said it. I don't think current ownership and management fucking has that spirit. They like to ride on fucking Al Davis's corpse. They like to say, just win, baby, and shit. But they don't believe that. Because if they believed that, the Raiders would fucking win like they did under Al Davis. Nobody cares. Why the fuck you here, bitch? Get smoked. 3, 2, 1. 2016, we were good though. I don't want to talk about 2016, bro. Oakland losing all their sports teams. I mean, you ever been to Oco, bro? On the real, have you ever been to Oco? Oco, grimy, bro. You know what Oco Stadium felt like to me? You guys ever seen that movie Waterworld? You know when he finds that fucking group of like bandits and shit, and they've got that city, that big rusty floating city, where they're like fucking jumping motorcycles over the pool in the middle and shit. You remember that shit? Are you guys on the same page with me? That. Dude, most BART stations are ratchet as fuck. You know what the fucking sad thing about the BART is? When I was a little kid, right? I was infatuated with the BART. And I wanted to ride it. And my parents, you know, we live like 2 hours from fucking San Francisco. So it's like my parents on a weekend or whatever, we took a trip to San Francisco to go to ride the BART so that I could see how cool it was, right? And then go down to 4th Street Pier, or there's a pier down there that used to, I think it still does. And it's like a carnival kind of pier. It's got like a haunted house place that you can pay to get into. It's got like a Ripley's, believe it or not. Anybody know where I'm talking about in San Fran? I was a little kid when I was last there, but there was like a pier that was like that, right? Like had an arcade. And I got on the BART as a little kid and it was beautiful, bro. Like it was, I don't know if it's Pier 39. My mom would know, but I don't remember. I was a little kid, like I said. Maybe it is 39. But anyway, I rode the BART in, and we rode the BART all the way down into the city. And it was beautiful, man. It was perfect. It smelled good in there. Like, the fucking stations were all safe and new and beautiful. And I remember, like, telling people for years, because of that experience, when I was like 10 or 11, right? I remember telling people for years as an adult, dude, the BART is like a wonder, you know, like especially compared to like other cities in California. Like we really need to learn from the BART. Dude, the BART is fucked. BART, like somebody said like the BART station at Oco is sketch, dude. I haven't seen a BART station that isn't sketch. That shit looks fucking straight up like RoboCop 2. Like New Detroit fucking sketch. I ain't even kidding you, dude. Bad, bro. Dude, people with fucking spiky blue hair hanging out, fucking holding big machine guns and shit. Fucking people riding around on motorcycles with like blades on the wheels that look like they were put together in a scrapyard, fucking hooting and hollering, shooting off fucking flamethrowers. It's like, what? Where do I get on the BART though? Oh, that is the BART. Shit. Fuck. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's pretty sketch, dude. They got new trains a year or so ago. They were nice for about a week, I bet. But yeah, dude, a couple Bay Area people in here that you'll be able to back me up, dude. Oco hasn't been nice since like, I don't know, probably like the mid 80s, right? Maybe it was a nicer place, like a nice stadium in the mid 80s or mid 90s, maybe. I don't know when it was built, but fuck, bro. I went there through like the late 90s and the early 2000s into the 2010s. And bro, that place was falling down, bro. Was it ever really nice? I assume when it was first made, this shit was probably pretty clean, right? Like it probably took the Raiders like 8 or 10 home games to fuck that place up, I'd imagine. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, no, you ain't even fucking kidding, Music Games. It feels like a straight out penitentiary, dude. You do feel like you're fucking like, whoa, am I getting processed? You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna be put in a holding cell at the end of this line? Like, what the fuck is this? You know what the thing is though, bro? As much shit as I'm talking about Oco though, Oakland is actually pretty chill. People don't know this. Are there bad fucking spots? Oh, maybe quite a few of them in Oakland, yes. But overall, Oakland is actually a pretty chill city. Did you ever witness a fight, bro? Every fucking time I went to a Raiders game, I witnessed 5 or 6. Like, even before the game started, because my family used to tailgate, and like, brave-ass fans of the other team, whoever it would be, Rams fans, Dolphins fans, whatever the fuck, right, would like come walking by, doing this like strut. They wouldn't say shit, because it's all silver and black barbecuing. But most people there weren't drunk enough to say shit, but like they, you know, like they fucked around and found out, man. I saw dudes get their ass beat before they ever got to go see a show. Dude, I'll tell you a fucking wild story about Oco, bro. This story is fucking nuts. Oh my god, bro. This fucking story is crazy, bro. Okay. So one year for my birthday, my parents surprised me. This was the last time I actually ever went to Oco Stadium, which is kind of sad. But it was my birthday. My parents surprised me. They got me tickets for my birthday to an upcoming Raiders game. And I was pumped, right? Super duper duper pumped. And it was like a couple of months away or something, or 3 months away, whenever the season started. And they had booked the tickets. And have you guys ever heard of a party bus or been on one? I'll wait. I just want to see if, like, you know, people that are participating in chat are even familiar with the concept of the party bus or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So a party bus is basically you fucking sell tickets onto this bus to take people somewhere, right? So usually it's like to or from Vegas is the ones that I've heard of, right? A lot of people have heard of them. Okay, good. But basically, like, just for the people that haven't, basically it's just a bus. You book it, a bunch of people book it. It'll take you to some venue or game or whatever the fuck, right? And you're allowed to drink on there. No stripper pole in it. It was more just like a football fan kind of thing, right? And so it was me, my mom, my stepdad, and 2 dudes from their work that wanted to come. These were like younger Hispanic guys that worked with my mom and stepdad at the glass plant at the time, right? This was like a couple of years before my mom retired. So she was not long, but you know, like there was a lot of camaraderie when you work in a place like that. And so these younger guys came along. I hadn't met them before, but I got introduced to them. They seemed pretty fucking chill. And because it was a day game, so we got picked up before the sun came up. Like, I think pickup was like 6 a.m. or some shit. So we were out there in this parking lot waiting with like the other dudes. For, I was like, are you guys sure we're in the right spot? And they were like, yep. And sure enough, right on time, this big ass fucking charter bus pulls up. Doors open, we get on, get our seats. Dudes are like before we even take off, because they're like, yeah, we got a couple more people getting on. We're going to wait about 15 minutes. You guys want a drink? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, I guess. When in Rome, you know what I mean? But it's like 6 a.m. and they just get me a fucking Corona, throw it in my hand, all ice cold and shit. And I was like, do these just keep coming? He was like, that's what you paid for. And I was like, well, I didn't, but thanks. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to make sure they weren't going to try to charge a brother. No, they weren't gonna. They already charged a brother, I guess. So anyway, dude, you know, we're fucking like, it's, because like I told you, we're like 2.5 hours, maybe 3 by bus, right, from Oakland. And so we're just like rolling down the road with a bunch of people we don't know, gang of people we don't know, but it's all Raiders fans. So it's all love already, right? So everybody's already comrade, you know, dapping up, fucking passing beers back, introducing, fucking, what's up, man? My name's Paul. Right? The whole deal. It was great. I'm a pretty, like, especially at that time, I was a heavy drinker, and so it's like, I'm not gonna claim I was wasted by the time I got there. I was drinking Coronas, but I probably fucking killed a 6-pack on the way up, just casually, kind of like, bloop, 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 you know what I mean? So I had a good little healthy, warm feeling about me when we got there, right? And as we were getting closer to the place, I started talking to these 2 dudes that my mom came with, and one of them, I can't remember what his name was. I think his name was Ray, but I may be wrong about that. And he was like I don't want to be cruel to him, but he was like a smaller guy, like a short king type of guy. Kind of a stereotypical Hispanic guy. You know who he looked like? Have you guys ever seen that movie Training Day? You know the Mexican guy when he goes to the house, and then Denzel like leaves and it's a setup. He's left him there so those guys can kill him or whatever the fuck. The main dude, the guy that's like, you ever had your shit pushed in, I say? That guy with the bald head and the little kind of like goatee. Not Smiley. Oh yeah, Smiley. No, not Smiley. Smiley's that one, right? So like it's Smiley, Sniper, and the other guy. That other guy, the guy with the white shirt, right? No, not Smiley. He was more of that other guy, the second Mexican guy, not the crazy guy Sniper, the fucking guy. You know, the other guy. Hey, let me see your piece, Holmes. Can I? Yeah, I've seen mine. I want to see yours, though, Holmes. That guy. He looked like that guy. Not that it fucking matters, right? Anyway, that's who he reminded me of, though, or at least reminds me of in memory form. Kind of had that same way of speaking too. Had a kind of very stereotypical Hispanic accent for the region. And he and I kind of started to hit it off, right? Like, we were chilling, and he was like, man, your mom's fucking cool, eh? And I was like, well, thanks, bro. You know, my mom's pretty chill. It's like, nah, man, you don't even know. She be looking out for me and shit. And I was like, well, that's how she is, man. She's a mom to everybody, right? He's like, yeah, dude, no shit. No fucking shit, bro. She put me up on game out there, fucking told me how to, you know, he loves my mother, so he wants to love me. and we're hitting it off. But this dude is slamming those Coronas. I told you I killed a sixer. I'm a big dude. This dude is like half my size, and he killed 2 sixers. This dude was close to a 12 pack at least, like 10 beers probably deep by the time we pulled up, right? And I'm sitting there, you know, I'm talking to him and I'm watching him, and he's just like, by 5 or 6, he's visibly drunk. By 8, he's 3 sheets to the wind. And I'm like, fuck, well, I mean, drink early, drink often. I guess he's gonna like let it wear off and then maybe have another one to get back up before the, because we had like 4 hours before the game or something. We're like tailgating, right? So we get there, these fucking dudes, you know, we all get off the bus. There's a whole bunch of these other tour buses. The area that we were parked in was for buses and shit. So there's all kinds of other people partying. Grills are going. It smells great. Burgers and fucking all kinds of steaks and fuck pork chops and shit. Just everybody's grilling meat, sausages and shit. Chicks are like running around bikini tops. I mean, it's very like beach vibe almost. And it's all like kind of VIP'd off because it's just for the bus people, right? But there was tons of people. There had to be hundreds of people up and down. But anyway, the dudes that run our bus get out, right? They set up a barbecue. They start grilling up some fucking meat for sandwiches and shit. But they set up this big, long, white plastic table that they pull out from underneath the thing, right? And it just like, I'm watching them and I'm sitting there like, they're pulling out like bottle after bottle of liquor. Like full liquor, you know, like what you would see behind a bar, right? Just like tequila, whiskey, rum, vodka, fucking bourbon, all of it, right? And multiple brands of it. And it's just bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle. And then somebody gets a big thing of plastic shot cups, right? And I was like, bro, they're not fucking around. Because, like, dude, I'd tailgated before with my parents. And it's like, yeah, you kill a sixer, right? You kill a sixer or whatever before you go in. And then when you get in there, you have another sixer, and it costs fucking 3 times as much as it should. But by the time you leave, you're pretty toasty, but you're not like fucking, right? And I'm looking at that table, and I'm looking around at like the maybe like 20 people that came on the bus or some shit. It wasn't full. And I was like, that can't be for us. And then the dude goes like, you know, I can't ever do that. You know, people that can do that hella loud whistle. He goes, and everybody from our bus looks and he goes, hey, shots are up. Who wants it? People are like, yeah, start lining up. And I'm like, I guess, you know. So anyway, like, but as I'm like thinking it over, a little fucking Mexican dude comes up to me and he's like, hey, man, do a shot with me, bro. And I'm like, okay. So we wait in line and I'm like, what are we shooting? He's like, pfft. And he's like, 2 tequila. Tequila, boom, boom. And he's like, do another shot with me, bro. And I was like, I mean, all right, bro. 2 more tequila. Boom, boom. But, you know, like, he comes and gets me and, like, we're hanging around together, but, like, he's getting drunk, right? I'm starting to get pretty buzzed, but still, like, I'm not, like, so drunk that I'm, like, losing sight of what's going on, right? So, anyway, he goes stumbling off at some point, right? This is a fucking crazy story, bro. I can't even believe it happened sometimes. So I'm sitting down. I've had enough, right? I'm chilling. I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm sitting on a lawn chair. And I'm looking at this other bus where people are on top of it. Like, they're sitting on top of it, and there's, like, ladies in bikinis dancing, and they're playing, like, California Love. You know, like, I was like, this is pretty chill. This is a very California scene, right? And all of a sudden, this dude that was on the bus with us taps me. And he was, like, a stern-looking dude. He's like, not hard, but he just taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, man, sorry to bother you. And I was like, oh, no, dude, it's cool. He's like, hey, my name's Kyle or whatever. I can't remember what his name was. Keith, Kyle. It was a K name. And I shook his hand, and he was like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm a police officer. I'm, like, off duty. He was like, is that, you know that dude you were drinking with? Is he your friend? And I was like, he's my mom and dad's friend. They're over there, but, like, you know, they work with him and stuff, but I don't think they know him very well. And he was like, yeah, dude. He's like, that dude's about to get killed. And I was like, what? And he goes, come here. And so I get up and I look, and he points across, like, over to where the porta potties were at. And there was like 5 or 6 porta potties, and there was like lines for them, you know, for people to go take a dump or a piss or whatever. And he's standing over by the porta potties, and there are these 4 big yoked black dudes surrounding him. And it doesn't look like they're having a good time. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, dude, I don't know. He's like, I was over there just leaving, and I saw him. He was showing his ass. He was talking gangster stuff to them. And I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, dude, will you come with me? But I'm going to try and talk these guys down. He's like, all right. So he comes with me, not threateningly, because we're not rolling deep. And I walk over, and as I'm walking up, you know, one of the black dudes sees us 2 walking up on him and gives us the fucking, like, and I was like, hey, man, whatever this fucking dude said to you, I'm sorry. He's been drinking a lot today. He's a friend of mine. I'm going to ask that you forgive him. I'm going to get him out of your face, okay? And he won't be a problem later. If he offended you, I'm really sorry. I'm just asking that you not hurt him, okay? He's not usually, and these guys were like, all right, well, get him the fuck out of our face then. I was like, all right, dude. And I, like, gather him up, and he's wanting to go back. He's like, no, man, no. And I was like, dude, you need to fucking come with us. You know, and fucking police guys got him by the other arm, and I'm sure he was giving him the fucking squeeze. You know what I mean? We get him walked back over, right? And so now me and police dude are bros. He sits down, we crack a beer together, cheers. I was like, well, we probably saved his life, because it looks like, and he was like, yeah, man, he was talking wild shit to him. Gangs, throwing up gang signs and shit. I was like, what? I was like, what if, I was like, man, some people just can't handle it, you know? So we're talking about it. All of a sudden, I hear my mom. No fucking shit. I hear my mother's voice. And you know, like, your mom's voice, you hear that shit over a crowd and you know it. And then when it's like got anger in it, or like it's sharp, you know it immediately, right? And I hear my mom say, like, I don't hear most of the sentence, but my ear perks up. I hear one word, bitch. And I was like, oh no. Fuck. And so I get up and I go walking over, and there are 3 little Hispanic ladies, like probably in their 20s, standing there, and there's my mom standing there, and my mom's holding a fucking sandwich, like a tri-tip sandwich. And she's like, you don't fucking say a fucking thing to him, bitch. And she points, and it's the little Mexican guy. He's sitting in a chair crying. I'm like, and my mom is looking at these 3 little Mexican broads, right? And she goes, you don't say a fucking word to him. And I was like, Mama, what's going on? She's like, no, BJ, no, you don't understand. These bitches right here making fun of him. And he's just drunk. So these bitches can go on back to their bus. There was from some other bus, right? And I was like, Mama, please. And my mom said, no. And she turned around. This other chick was talking shit. She goes, fuck you, bitch. My mom took that fucking tri-tip sandwich and flung it at the bitch. Just meat just went all over her. I was like, oh no. The bitches came for her. I stepped in the middle. Fucking cop guy had come with me. He stepped in the middle. Bitches talked shit. My mom talked shit. They walked away. And I was like, Mama. So my mom is fucked. Now I immediately, I knew when I heard her voice that she was drunk. She's fucked up. I look over at my fucking stepdad. He goes, he gives me that. And I was like, Mama, you gotta chill. She goes, PJ. I said, but you're gonna get us thrown out of a fucking game because you threw meat all over those women. What if they go to get a cop? You got meat all over the front of you now. I just can't listen to their fucking mouths, those bitches. They were laughing at him. I was like, why is he crying? Why is he crying, though? And she goes, I don't know. He was talking about a girlfriend and how he was sorry about something. And so I went over to the guy, and he's literally like tears streaming down his face, bro. He's in it. He's deep in it, bro. And he's like, and I'm like, dude, bro, are you okay? He's like, Felicia, man, I'm fucking so sorry I cheated on that bitch, man. Fucking Felicia, bro. She ain't ever gonna come back. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, all right, dude, just chill, you know. I'll get you some water. I went and got him a cup of water. Went and made sure my mom wasn't gonna get jumped. I made sure she like came away from the edge and went over with the cop guy, and that was chill. So at some point during this, crying guy disappears. His brother comes to me, the guy that came with him. Remember I told you there were 2 guys that came with us. The other guy that came with us, I hadn't really talked to, and he comes to me, hey, have you seen Oscar, or whatever his fucking name was? I was like, bro, honestly, the last time I saw him, he was chilling right there. And he goes, yeah, man, he got on the bus for a minute. I thought he was gonna pass out, but then he got off the bus, and now I don't know where he is. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. My mom was all fucking like wanting to solve it. She's like, we can't go in. And I was like, Mom, Oscar's a grown-ass man. I'm going into the game, with or without you, because I'm not missing the fucking game because Oscar's a dumbass. Whatever. We go get in line, right? I'm drunk, right? I've been drinking this whole time. So I'm good and toasty already. And I'm like, cool, I'll save money because I really don't need to get any drunker in there. See, the thing is, I'm a wizard, okay? I don't want to get fucking super deep into this, but when it comes to drinking, it's not a good skill to have, but I'm a drunk wizard, right? I know exactly when to stop and exactly when to start again, you know what I mean? Like, it's very scientifically balanced, right? I know when I feel it that I've reached and it's time to, right? This is my super duper high-end happy spot. And I know when to fucking like, okay, it's starting, all right, let's have another drink or two. I know how to pump it, right? So I'm very carefully managing my state to make sure I'm not like, you know, being retarded at a fucking Raiders game. Gotta keep your head on a swivel. Even though I'm wearing a fucking Bo Jackson throwback, right? That doesn't fucking guarantee you anything. So we're in line. And I've told this part of the story before. We're in line. Well, maybe not this whole part. And there's this long ass line to get in. You know, it's like an hour before the game, people start filing into the fucking stadium and shit. And there's a long line, but they're processing people through. They're just waving, you know, the metal detector shit. Right? That whole thing. And it's a big line of people. So it takes about 15, 20 minutes or whatever. That's the whole point, is like, that's why you start making your way over there an hour before the game. And all of a sudden, we see Oscar, or whatever his fucking name was, running. And behind him is a security dude in a golf cart. And they tackle him, right? His brother's there. My mom runs over. I'm like, what? She's like, he's with us. Don't you hurt him. He's with us. And they're like, ma'am, he vandalized a bus. He's gonna have to, like, come with us for a while. And she was like, you better let him go. And blah, blah, blah. And somehow my mother talked them into letting him go because the vandalism he did was throwing up on the bus or peeing on it or something. I can't remember what it was. But my mom was able to, like, get them to, like, chill out and let him come in, right? And I'm like, fuck. So I'm drunk. My mom's drunk. This drunk guy is now with us. I don't know, you know, and as I'm going in, it's like there's a radar on me sometimes. There are these 3 dudes standing there. They're Hispanic guys. And they greeted me with something that always makes me look up, which is, hey, white boy. And so I looked up, and they were standing kind of like off to the side right before you get in. And they were like, come here, man. They're like, look, dude, we're all fucked up. And they said we can't bring this in. You want a drink? And they hand me, you guys ever seen those bottles of like mixer? So there's no alcohol in them, right? But you're supposed to mix that in a pitcher with a bunch of fucking tequila or whatever. It's like it makes a fucking not a Mardi Gras. What the fuck am I thinking of? I'm not a fucking fruit drinker. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like it makes, yeah, margarita, thank you, or like whatever, right? But they hand me that, and I'm like, I smell it, and it's just all alcohol in there. It's like there might have been like that much margarita mix, and then it's all, and there's like that much. And I take it, and I take a swig, and I'm like, whew. And they're like, no, dude, kill it. And there's like that much tequila in the bottom of this thing. And I was like, you only live once, man. And they were like, yeah. And that's basically where my memory gets spotty. I don't remember the game. I remember me and those dudes broed up because we happened to be sitting in like the same area, and it was a little closer, and they were like, dude, there's a bunch of, I remember at one point they were like, there's a bunch of free seats down here, these are better, come down. My parents didn't want to leave, but I was like, I'm going. I remember there was a fight over in these stands next to us. Like just a Rams guy had to get up and go pee and went to the wrong side of the stadium or something. And it wasn't like he got beat the fuck up bad, but I just remember there being violence. And I remember surging towards it, but it was over pretty quick. And then I just remember kind of like being on the bus, like, and everybody's just kind of sitting there, and they all have the same look in their eyes and the same kind of moan. They're just like, and I'm like, when do we go home? Like, why are we just still sitting in the parking lot? And she was like, they're waiting for Oscar. And I was like, what do you mean they're waiting? He disappeared in the game, PJ. He disappeared and he didn't come back to the bus. And then the guy comes over and he starts talking to my mom, and he's like, I've been doing this 20 years and I've never once left somebody, but I'm gonna have to leave your friend tonight. And my mom was like, at that point, she was like, do what you have to. So we left him. He ended up getting arrested that night, of course. Like, where else would he be? He was arrested. And that ended up being a whole bunch of drama. I remember my mom telling me like 2 weeks later, he got divorced over that. His wife left him over that. I was like, but yeah, that was the wildest fucking Raiders game I ever went to, bro. And I'm telling you, as fun as that may have sounded on some parts, it was really worrisome day. And I wouldn't recommend ever going to Oco Stadium drunk like that, ever. Because I was 3 sheets to the wind drunk. I don't black out. So for me to have missed time at the game, I must have kept on drinking with those dudes. Or smoked, or did whatever. I don't know what the fuck. You know what the sad thing is too, dude? Is I've only been to like 4 or 5 Oco games. 4, I think. And like some of the people I knew had been to like dozens, and that's not even really that wild of a story given the Raiders and their reputation, especially at home games at Oco, bro. It's a fun memory though, but I will tell you this, I will never ride a fucking party bus again in my life. Guaranteed. I had my fun with that shit, bro. Those things are bad juju, man. I firmly believe that it was just that air of like, well, shit doesn't matter because I have a buzz. I see why you're a Raiders fan now, of course. It's just like beautiful fucking violent chaos, man. And sports are one of the ways that like human beings can get that violent impulse out and not really hurt anybody. Never heard a good bus story? Well, now you have. Well, no, I mean, you mean like a one with a happy ending and shit? Yeah. Shit goes down on buses, Marshall. Like, I used to ride the bus and shit, like, all the time in school. That used to be how kids got there, dude. And shit was grimy even back in the day, bro. Grade school bus was grimy. Dirty. Filthy. Yeah, I never did the subway. You got one up on me there, dude. But the fucking city buses, been there, done that. Fucking school buses, been there, done that. And then some, bro. Dirty ass Greyhound buses, been there, done that. That's terrifying. Nah, man, it was fun, man. It was not that bad. I have told the story on the show. I told the story of my Raiders bus. It might have been on like a piece of patrons only content. I know it hasn't. It's been a long time since I've talked about that story, but I know for a fact I've told it on a ideology or like a fucking. I've told it somewhere. Yeah, dude, all the buses were from the 60s when I was a kid, too. They still ran good, though. Like, Amelia tells me when she was going to school up in Washington, when she was, you know, like a kid, she fucking, like, the buses were known to, like, break down all the time. Mine, I don't think that ever happened one time. I don't know, dude. I was in New York City in when would it have been 96-ish, and I rode the fucking subway everywhere, and it was pretty fucking grimy then. I can't imagine it's gotten better. So are you telling me like BARTs are grimier than fucking NYC subway and shit, bro? I don't know. Any good Amtrak stories? I only rode it once, and it was unremarkable. So unfortunately not. It was fun. I remember having fun. I was a kid. We rode it and went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium or some shit. One of the big aquariums on the Central Coast. I was pretty little, but I remember getting on the train. It was fun. But I've never been on an Amtrak since then. Flown a bunch, taken buses. But I've only done that Amtrak one time. Dude, I kind of want to visit Japan just to ride a bullet train around and shit. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, Japan, like, there's two things I want to do in Japan, right? And I think it's worth going for both of them. Like, I'd probably think it was worth going for either one of them. I want to go to, I'm going to mispronounce this, Akibahara. So it's like where the big arcades are and all the video game stuff is at. That just looks so cool, right? Obviously, it's a big tourist attraction. But then I want to get on a train and I want to go like as far from fucking Tokyo as I can get. Like, I want to go somewhere where it's not common for tourists to be there. And I want to stay like a week in that little town. Like, those two things, I really feel called to do those things if I ever get the privilege to travel like that. You know, there's a number of things. I have this weird, like, kind of expectation in my head for going to overseas. Because I think there's part of me that believes that I'll just die before I ever get to do it. And so it's almost like, well, I better come up with, like, some kind of fantasy about getting to do it, you know? I don't know. I really would like to see a few places on the planet before I kick. That would be nice. Like, there's a couple of there's like stupid touristy things that I want to do. Like, I want to rent one of those fucking karaoke booths where they, like, you know, come serve you food and drinks and stuff, and you get it for a couple hours, and you know, Meds, you're fucking way younger than me. I don't even want to hear it out of you. You might be feeling old because we're surrounded by Zoomers in here, but trust me, okay? I'm being down on myself. I'm 44. I've got plenty of years to travel to a couple places if I can save up some money and budget it in and all that. As a big boy, I want to go to Japan, but damn, it will be tough as an obese dude. Maybe so, yeah, because they don't, like, make anything big for guys like us, right? Maybe it's for the better. It's definitely not number one on my list anyway. It wouldn't be, like, the first place I would choose to go to. It's like third or fourth, maybe. It's the money, not my age. You don't, see, here's the thing, Meds. And I'm not even trying to, like, chuff you up or whatever. But, dude, I didn't start making, like, real money until I was like 37 or 38 years old. Maybe even like 39. Man, I'm not even saying like I make a ton of money, but I like, you don't know when your fucking job prospects are going to change. You don't know what opportunity is going to knock on your door between then and now. You know, like, don't be too down on your prospects, meds. I'm not trying to say that it will, because you might be right about that. Maybe you never get that opportunity, or maybe it just doesn't work out for you. But like, I used to think the same way. I used to think, like, it's pretty much my lot in life to have to kind of really worry about my money. And I learned how to live with that, and that was cool. But and even as I made more money, it was like life tells you to do things that make you have less money, right? So yeah, I make more money, but now I'm locked into a mortgage. Now I'm paying for a big wedding. Now I'm, you know what I mean? Like having our pool resurfaced at our new house, and blah, 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 and all, like money, like, and then all of a sudden you're just as broke as you were in your 20s, right? Because you can't really afford to spend anything. It's just like I was locked into that fucking death spiral for so long, and I just thought, like, well, this is what people do. They live, they work, they die. I got a wife, I got a, house. I'm doing better than a lot of my friends. Cool. But I was miserable, like a miserable man. And, a lot of people think they can live with misery. I think you can, if you have to. But if there's even like a speck of sunlight somewhere, or even like the opportunity for it, I think a lot of people are going to go for it eventually. And I was one of those people. I was locked into a marriage that was just like mutually not good on either side. I'm not blaming my ex-wife. I don't blame myself. It was just, we loved each other, but we were really bad for each other, and kind of brought out the worst in each other some ways. And I had kind of just told myself forever that I was just going to work my way through that. That's what love is. That's what commitment is. That's what it means to marry a person. And then one day I was like, says fucking who? So wait a minute, you're telling me that the best I can hope for is be miserable the rest of my life, work a job I hate, in a dead marriage, in a town that I can't wait to put behind me. I'm fucking 35 years old. I can do this, right? I know how to work. I know how to get an apartment. I don't have to live like this. And I fucking just up and left, bro. I didn't just up and leave. I didn't Dear John my wife or anything. I talked with her. I told her I was leaving and why. And then I left. And I just kind of like fucking shot off like a rocket towards Texas. Just like, I was heading towards a girl I had met. This is one of the catalyzing events. Was, say what you will about me, but I don't have the heart of a cheater. I've always had the kind of like idea that if I get to the point where, I feel like I want to be intimate with somebody outside of my relationship, then it's time for that relationship to end. And that was one of the catalyzing events that pushed me out of my marriage. It was like I was very committed to my wife, and I met this person, and we really got along, and it kind of went from being like a really casual, cool friendship to mutual feelings to I want to come meet you to fuck, I'm married. And then I was just like, whoa. And it was like all of those chickens came home to roost. All of it. In that moment, it was like, holy fucking shit, my marriage is over. It's like, whoa. Divorce without kids is like changing your shirt. Maybe for you, buddy. Your analogy about marriage being like a grenade was really poignant. Well, I don't think that was the analogy. I said I threw a grenade into my life. Or maybe I did make a grenade analogy. I really don't know, man. I used to say that, like, at that point in my life, before I had the perspective that I do now, I have a longer view of what all of it meant. But in the thick of things, I used to tell people, I was very dark for a while, man. I used to tell people, like, yeah, at 35, I threw a grenade into my life and watched it all fucking explode. You know, I did a no contest divorce or whatever the fuck. I took nothing, functionally. I took half of our savings, which was nice. But, like, as far as property and stuff, I took my clothes, my computer, and my car. And I started from zero, bro, from scratch. You know, and it was almost refreshing to do. But I was very lucky because I got to go into something that was really exciting for me, which was this drunken peasants thing, you know. Hold on. Paul, are you able to describe what it's like when you move on to a new relationship? I just got out of an 8-year relationship where I got cheated on, and finding love again just feels impossible. Well, I don't know, man. That's the way it's supposed to feel. Your heart is broken. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to, like, I don't want to give you fucking, like, trite advice, right? There's this part in the movie, bear with me, in the movie Never Ending Story. There's a character in that movie, her name is Urgel, and she's this little, like, dwarf or gnome who helps Atreyu, the main character, recover from his wounds. And she hits him with this big needle, you know, and he goes, ow! And she looks up and says, it has to hurt for it to heal. I don't know why that always stuck with me, but that came into my mind. How long were you married? I was married for 5 years, and it was a 12-year relationship. So we were together for a long time before we got married. So that's what I will tell you. It hurts now, it sucks now, but you will feel better eventually, and you will fall in love again. It's just not gonna come on a watch. I can't tell you when. For me, it happened pretty quick, but my marriage was dead for a long time, and so it really didn't happen all that quick. You know, it came out of nowhere as far as me meeting somebody that I was interested in, but, like, the marriage had been functionally bad for a very long time before that. Oh man, I think I prefer the weak stuff first. What are we told? What is this conversation that I just tuned in on, man? Hello, Logan Wesker. Yeah, you, Maverick and Moon, whoever you are gonna have to stop the side conversation. Point blank. Talk to me, DM each other. Oh shit, it's the ATF. Bum bum bum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Dun 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 dun. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your dogs, hide your frogs, hide your logs. Yeah, no worries, buddy. No, I don't want to tell a ham. It's not ham. It's CB radio, Nikki. I'm forbidden from ever getting a ham radio license because of my FCC involvement and my citation for profanity and threats of violence over the public airwaves. That makes it kind of rough. I could take them to court, and it would probably be something that I could get, like, because it's not like part of a criminal record. You know, a ham radio licensure is handed out exclusively by the FCC, and they don't have to give you, like, it's not part of your fucking civil rights package. If you fucked up, they pull your license and you can't do it. I know, it'd be one thing if I hadn't told it, like, I think 3 weeks ago or something on one of these, I told the fucking CB story all the way through. Did you ever write these stories down? I started trying to, and maybe I will continue. I've got a chapter and a half to 2 chapters worth of an autobiographical book. But the concept of it is more based around sex or sexuality, like those types of stories, because I have a lot of those. Most of them where I look like a fucking buffoon. I'm gonna go do my stretches and shit. I recommend you do the same. It takes about 5 minutes. I'll be back. Yes. Oh, that feels so good. Heavily recommend. Heavily recommend. Yeah, I saw it all. I streamed it all. It was a fucking nightmare, bro. I don't know if he put his finger in the nunt. At this next debate, he walks up, acts like he's going to shake hands with Trump, and then gives Trump the slip. Finger forward into the nunt, and he diddles it a little bit. He wins. Doesn't even matter if he has a senior moment after that. It's over. What made you guys stream it? We were recording today. Excuse me. Banking some patrons only episodes. And we got one done. And then I saw the news that Biden was late to his press conference, but expected imminently. And I sent the guys a text in between the shows. So we were taking a little 10-minute break before filming the second show. And I said, hey, Biden's about to have this big boy press conference. You guys want to like maybe go live and do that instead? We'll film this second show some other day. And both of them were like, oh, fuck yeah. So that's how it happened. Yeah, I mean, you've got to fiddle when you see Rome burning. What else can one do? Is that one not out here with me? Oh, little son of a bitch. You better be out here. Little dirty T. He went to bed with Mom. He was sleepy. Only Biden can get close enough. Midnight Ghoul. Only he. He and no other. Speaking of Rome, Denzel and Gladiator 2. Yeah, I really don't care, man. It'll piss off some chuds, but if it's a good fucking movie, then it's a good movie. Ridley Scott's doing it, so it'll be a beautiful movie. Ooh. I don't know if Marshall's around, but I want to talk to Marshall and Jareth. I want to see about getting Jareth on one of these beats with Marshall and Beauregard. Oh shit, Marshall is here. I was thinking about like Marshall, that new beat, the Sopranos beat, bro. When I heard that beat, I heard Jareth first, bro. I thought of that Jareth Gawain gravel. And then I felt the Beauregard flow came. I think it might be hot. I think the track might be hot. Plus, I wanted to ask you, Marshall, about ad-libs. Because like I was trying to lay down a little bit of stuff for you today, but I got distracted because we had shit to do. But I was like, I want to lay down some ad-libs because I think it would be chill. And give you some like multiple tracks for like layered vocals and shit, but like it's hard for me to like see how you would sync up my ad-libs, I guess. Like, so maybe what you could do is give me like a rough cut with no ad-libs, and then I'll ad-lib to the rough cut, and you'll be able to sync it up like that. Like, I'll play the first note at the beginning to let you know when I'm coming in to ad-lib, so you can sync it up, and then, or I don't know. It just like, I really think it would add like a layer, but I don't know how we would do it. I need my, you know, your producer instincts on it, because I think it would be chill as fuck to have some ad-libs. I just don't know how I would sync it up and send you a cappella, you know what I mean? Okay, cool. Yeah. Then that's what we'll do for first one. I'm hoping to get some work done on it tomorrow, and hopefully at least get you like some layered vocals for tomorrow, because it's pretty much finished, like the writing. I just have to lay it down a cappella for you. And since I already, you know, rapped, anyway, you know where to put it on the beat. Fuck, dude. Oh man, I can't wait. What is it about summer, dude? It's like summer comes around and fucking Beauregard and Marshall start working together, bro. Something about that heat. I gotta get some gold ass teeth, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, bro. I want at least one gold tooth, like I'm Shabba Ranks. I have that chipped tooth that I chipped when I fucking like went face first into the door at TJ's house during a show. And the doctor did say it was probably like needed to be capped. East Coast plus West Coast. Dude, it's all one coast now, y'all. Yeah, dude. Well, then, like, I guess, like, Marshall could probably send you the beat. Or I could send you the link, Jareth. I don't know if you have me on socials or whatever, but however it's easiest for Marshall. But, yeah, we'll get you the beat so you can get cooking on that, because I'm going to start cooking on that as soon as I lay down this first track. So that, you know, like, it'll be ready to go for Marshall when he's ready to work on that second track. I'm not trying to load him up with too much work, but fuck, dude. Having too many bangers is a good place to be in. No, it's just, dude, it's so much fun, man. I love doing that shit. But so far, only with Marshall. Like, when I did those first few songs with Marshall, I had a bunch of people reach out, send me beats and stuff. Like, Paul, let me produce something. Do Beauregard on this. And I listened to 5 or 6 different, like, producer beats that people sent me. None of them hit, dude. I just couldn't find, it just didn't feel right. So Marshall's got the sensibility, you know. Yeah, man, it's always been a fun collaboration for me, for sure. I'm glad to hear for you too, because like, you know, we're both working and doing other shit, so it's like, but fuck, man, it's like that. Something clicks with us creatively, you know what I mean? And it's like, yes, what's gonna be the tone of your music? It's already out, so you can go listen to, just search on YouTube Beauregard, Marshall Manson, or just go to Marshall's channel and look at the Beauregard stuff that's up there. And we did like 3 or 4, I think, songs together. And that'll give you an idea of the tone better than I could describe it. I guess like mainstream trap kind of stuff. Yeah, no more emo rap. Emo rap on your end. Hey, man. Rap however you want to rap, Marshall. But I feel hard. Hard is fine, bro. I liked your raps. I always thought that, hey, but the balance will be there no matter what, bro. You gotta spit what's in the heart. Yeah, Marshall's got a SoundCloud too that's got all the Beauregard stuff and all of his stuff. I recommend you check all that shit out. Like, really, really just like good outsider music. I fucking love it. The mix is unique and there's a lot of different influences in there. Yeah, for sure. Well, I just love it. Gonna be fun. Yeah, dude, we'll figure it out, bro. We'll get you that beat. For sure, for sure, for sure. Do you think 6ix9ine is fire? No. I think he has been fire. I like 6ix9ine more when he's doing like collab stuff. Like I like when he collabed with Kodak Black and who was it? Was it Lil Uzi? Somebody big. I like some of his collab stuff, but like I can't listen to him scream into the mic all day. But sometimes it's kind of hype to have, you know, 8 bars or something from 6ix9ine. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't like add some spice. I just can't have a whole ass song of it. It drives me a little nuts, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But I try and stay open-minded about music in general. It's never steered me wrong in the past, so I feel like I've discovered a lot of really, really cool music lately. And I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing that, which is cool. Yeah, Uzi and Cardi and Kodak. I mean, Kodak is probably top of my heap right now, dude. I just can't get like Kodak out of my... Dude, Kodak is rent-free right now. And I feel like I'm stupid because I slept on Kodak for like 6 years at least. Maybe even longer, bro. Kodak has been around for a minute. But whatever, better late than never. I love Kodak though. Ghost Main is pretty good. Not something I listen to a lot though. I'm not hating, I'm just saying it ain't my thing. I mean, I really like Run the Jewels, but they don't really make shit anymore. I'm not individually a fan of LP. I love Killer Mike shit. But like those guys are kind of old heads at this point. But like Playboy Cardi, Kodak, Uzi, Young Thug, like those 4 have been pretty much all I want to listen to for a while. So a lot of influence there. And I think I'm gonna try a little bit of fucking drill on that Sopranos beat. How good are you with like auto-tune, Marshall? If you're still there, I don't mean to keep you up all fucking night, bro, but if you're still night crawling in the Phantom, because well, of course, I shouldn't even ask, bro. I'm just saying, like, I have this kind of like Pop Smoke-ish drill kind of thing in my head. And I think it might need to have a little bit of like auto-tune melody added to it. Just for the fucking aesthetic, you know what I mean? I don't know. When we get, dude, I'm ahead of myself, bro. I gotta finish fucking layout and then we get deep into this. But yeah, dude, that's where my headspace is at. Well, I mean, Lil Pump has kind of fallen off pretty hard. His new shit is pretty fucking unlistenable, but I mean, some of it isn't. I don't know. I'm not trying to hate. But yeah, Lil Pump has kind of like gone down the crypto toilet. You seen Tom Segura's bit on Wu-Tang? I have not. No. Not a big fan of like the bro-rogo-sphere or whatever they call it. Like, I feel like Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer and who's that dude that does the really good Trump? Shane Gillis. And there's just like this group of dudes that I just, for whatever reason, when I see them, I feel like they're botched clones of Joe Rogan. Like their comedy reminds me of his comedy. And I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Rogan's stand-up, so that tells you a lot, you know what I mean? Like, just those dudes. Yeah, Bobby Lee and fucking his little redhead stepchild guy that he has that fucking podcast with, those dudes. I feel like are in the Joe Robo sphere. I just have I don't know, dude. They're just not my style of comedy, I guess. I mean, I guess Shane Gillis out of those guys makes me laugh more, but I really am just like, I like his Trump riffs and shit. Joey, okay, yeah. Listen, Joey Coco Diaz is above all of that shit. He's bigger than Joe Rogan in my fucking opinion, okay? Joey Coco Diaz is his own entity. He existed way before Joe Rogan, and God willing, he'll exist way after Joe Rogan, okay? He's a national treasure. He's not a Joe Rogan bro comedian, okay? In fact, a lot of these comedians try to ape his shit, okay? But they never get it. Oh yeah, bro. Like, I tried to watch a fucking comedy special. I don't even remember who it was. It was an Asian chick. It was late at night. I was like, I'm gonna check out a comedy special. Fuck it. See what this modern comedy is about. Because it had like, you know, I can't even remember which one of my platforms it was on, but I only have two. So it was Peacock or Netflix. Probably Netflix, knowing their comedy shit. And I don't even know who this girl was. And immediately, like, the first joke out of her mouth was about her being scared to say what she really thinks, and I was like, well, that was stupid. She wasn't pregnant, I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember who she was, bro. Maybe she was pregnant, now that I think about it. I was late at night, bro. All I remember is the first thing out of her mouth was some shit about how she was, well, maybe the first thing, but like the first joke arc was about how she was afraid to say what she really thinks these days or whatever. I was like, okay, well, that's enough of that. Like, that's just instant fucking funny death for me. I don't, like, dude, fucking it would be like if Lenny Bruce just whined about how he couldn't say fuck instead of just saying it. Be like if George Carlin whined about not being able to say the 5 dirty words, or else he gets arrested down south instead of just doing it. You know what I mean? Like, that sort of shit. Like, when did comedians become such tender little pussies? Like, it's your job to go out there and fucking buck tradition. It might have been Ali Wong. I don't remember, bro. Like I said, you're not going to get a name out of me. It was late at night. I threw on whatever the fucking comedian thing on Netflix, I think it was. Why do you think Kevin Hart is so popular? Because he's like a scoop of fucking vanilla ice cream. Okay? He's like bland. He's funny enough, but he's bland. I watched him like host that Tom Brady roast, and I just wanted him to go away. I was like, why didn't they have Jeff Ross host this, like on the real? Like, I'd be fine with fucking, you know, Lil Man standing up and doing like a hot five or something, but like, why didn't we have Jeff Ross hosting this? You know what I mean? Like, he just felt like a fish out of water up there. Just, I hate him. Oh, I hate to hate him because I'm not trying to be a hater, but I hate him. His taste in watches is super pretentious. He just buys whatever Jay-Z has. He's just such a piece of shit. Sorry, watches don't matter to most people, but to me, like watching a fucking rich dude that has no taste buying really good watches and not knowing how to flex them is just like, ugh. Andrew Schultz. Oh, bro, don't even say that name in here, bro. You ain't even kidding. That dude is fucking like anti. Is that the fighter and the kid guy? Or is that another dude? Because that's the dude I'm thinking of. Is that Andrew Schultz? That fucking dork that's not funny. I don't know why he's on there. Oh, well, I hate both of the people on Fighter and the Kid, but the one I'm talking about is the like really unfunny dude that looks like he might be like Greek or like Arabic maybe. I don't know who the fuck he is. How do you flex a watch? It's about knowing like what your style is. So you don't buy a watch because it looks cool on somebody else's wrist or because somebody told you like this is a great watch. You buy a watch because it fits you. And it's like Kevin Hart loves these big giant watches, but he's teeny tiny, bro. Like Kevin Hart should never be in a watch bigger than like 37, 38 mil. That would look huge on his wrist. He's flexing like big old Patek Philippe's and shit that are 42 mil. And he looks like he's just like a little boy wearing his dad's watch, and he doesn't know how to flex. He just bought it because it's expensive. And probably because Jay-Z told him it was a chill watch. Like a lot of his watches would look dope on Jay-Z, but Jay-Z's a big lanky dude. Stavros, maybe kind of funny. Oh yeah, Brendan Schaub, that's the guy. That's the fucking dude. Schaub. Well, a fitness tracker's different. How do you feel about smartwatches that connect to your phone? I think they're cool. I just don't like them. I like mechanical watches and quartz watches, like old school kind of vintage looking stuff, usually, or like kind of wild out there stuff, maybe. But yeah, I'm not a big like money flexer with watches. I like watches that are cool. Hart is so beloved by Zoomers, it makes sense though. It's the only, yeah, I mean, he's been in all these movies and like, I think about it, right? And it's like, we all know that these fucking movies that Kevin Hart's been in, they all uniformly suck. Like, okay, I challenge you. Tell me a good movie that Kevin Hart was a main character in. No side character, no flash appearance shit. Like, he's a main character. He's one of the main characters, right? Give me a movie. I'll wait. We all know they suck. There's not anybody that says that there's a good Kevin Hart movie is gonna be a fucking liar or too stupid to have a conversation right now, bro. Yeah, C minus. Get Hard with C minus, and you know what? The only reason it's a C minus and not like a D is because of Will Ferrell. He carried that fucking movie. He was the zebra in Madagascar. You know, like the fucking, because Madagascar is not my favorite movie, but I will admit that it's better than a lot of the garbage they shovel now. So, okay, if you want to give him that. Yeah, like Jumanji. All those Jumanji movies, like kids love that shit, even if it sucks. right? They won't know until they're much older that their whole childhood was filled with unwatchable, unnotable shit, right? Like, we just lucked out. When I say we, I mean like Gen Xers, millennials, because our childhood movies, like Goonies, bro, that's a movie that holds up as an adult. It's a great film. And I was watching that as a kid, bro. Never Ending Story. I've quoted that earlier, bro. That was a kid's film in the 80s. I saw that as a child. Secret of Nim, American Tail. The list goes on, bro. Like, the amount of, like, Dark Crystal, right? The amount of fucking amazing kids movies that were available when I was a kid that just hold up. Sandlot, yeah. And then it's just like, there's gonna be a fucking kid, right, who his favorite movies growing up were Jumanji 1, 2, and 3, and Kevin Hart is his favorite thing. Labyrinth, another great example. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Muppets movie, right? Have you guys ever seen that movie? What's it called? The Last Dragon. Tell me somebody has seen this movie. You are the last dragon, and in your heart a power that is the glow. The glow. You are the last dragon, and in your mind it comes inside your ass. Your asshole. Come on, bro. Okay, Moonwalker, at least one of us has seen it. Fuck. That was like a kid's movie, bro. That was like a kid's adventure movie. You gotta have the glow, 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 the glow. You gotta love to live, to live, to love. You gotta move to the upper level. Dude, the main chick in that, I can't remember what her name is. It's like, she's like a Zendaya. Like, she had one name. I can't remember what her fucking name is, but bro, Moonwhacker. You look me in the eye and tell me she wasn't fire. Fire. Long leg, I don't know, I'll probably see it, bro. I haven't, I really, like, I don't keep up on, like, trailers and shit as much as I should. I'm just kind of falling out of it because I've seen so many fucking mediocre films at the theater. Like, I watched 2 movies, went to the movie theater because I thought I would really want to see both of them in the theater, and they both ended up being just, like, pretty disappointing. I saw Killers of the Flower Moon, and then the next movie I saw after that was fucking Napoleon. Oh, shit. Anyway, I gotta go inside. It's too fucking muggy and hot and shit. I'll see you guys later. Bye.